Tell me about your kids.
My kids are the cutest, smartest kids on the planet.
Aren't they? Right? Aren't we all?
No, they're two. I mean, look, I'm obviously biased, but they're two pretty special little guys. You would never know that they were related if you saw them next to each other. If you
So they're not fraternal or identical?
Exactly.
They're not identical.
Yeah. So they're very, very fraternal. One looks just like my side of the family, and the other one looks just like Udi when Udi was a kid.
Wow.
A baby. I mean, they're at an age where you've got kids.
I got one.
Okay, so you remember like 18 months.
Oh, yeah.
It's just utter chaos 100% of the time.
I have heard that with twins, it's not raising 2 babies, it's raising like 6.
Correct. It's not as bad as it used to be because they're starting to play with each other now more now. But oh my God, the first
year I'm sure was brutal.
Oh my God, it was awful. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh, I bet.
My brother has 2 sets of fraternal twins, and so we are desperately hoping. We want more kids, but we don't want more twins.
Sure.
But I mean, they're just as cute as could possibly be right now, and they're as healthy as you could hope for. And they're just sweet and friendly. They're too friendly. I'm like worried that they would go home with anybody. And they're just really fun right now.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't mind my asking, did the twins happen by accident, or were you on some kind of medication?
No, they were totally spontaneous.
Totally spontaneous?
Totally spontaneous. Yeah. At 6 weeks, we went into the OB for like the initial checkup, and he's looking and he's all, "Oh, do you see what I see?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's something in there." And he's all, "There's 2 of them." At that point, my brother had already had 2 sets of twins, and I knew how, whatever. And I shouted and I burst into tears, and I was like, "This can't be. Like, this is horrible."
Shouted with excitement or fear?
No, I was like, "What?"
Or both?
Like, yeah. Like, and of course, my husband's mother-in-law, so she's overjoyed because just double the grandkids or whatever. And my husband was really excited too. But for the first probably 3 weeks, I just felt so sorry for myself. And most of that was because I was so bitterly sick. And then you get over it, and then you get excited about it. Now we can't imagine our lives any other way. And that still being said, I never want to do it again.
Well, not with twins, but yeah. You're thinking of more kids maybe?
Oh, for sure. I mean, one thing I heard this great quote, and I don't remember who said it. This is not coming from me. But the opposite of war is not peace, it's creation. And because war is, in its essence, it's just destruction. And I think a lot of my friends who have gotten pregnant during the war also feel this way, that like, if anything, this makes us want to have more kids, where we're just like, the only antidote to that kind of misery is the joy and the love that you share with the people in your life. That's it. That's like the only redeeming thing, you know?
I didn't want kids for the longest time. I was your typical bachelor guy, didn't even want to get married, always having fun, no responsibilities, no nothing. Met my wife, my then wife. She didn't want kids either. It's like, oh, perfect. We're a perfect match. But before we got married, we agreed, we said, if one of us wants them, would the other acquiesce? And we both said immediately, yes, definitely.
Oh, cool.
So we got married, and it was about 4 or 5 years into the marriage. And she took me out for my birthday, and we're at dinner, and she said, I kind of want to have a baby. I'm like, cool, to do it.
Really?
Yep. And I never looked back. And one of the most amazing moments of my life was hearing that heartbeat, the ultrasound. It really changes you because, like, you know, the thing about the creation, right? Like, this is what it's really all about, all that. There's no more special moment. And it's just been getting better ever since. I mean, my kid's the greatest thing in my life.
Do you have a boy or a girl?
A boy. Yeah, he's 16. He's 16. And he's bigger than me, and he's stronger than me. His hands are bigger than me. He's faster than me. He's smarter than me.
It's amazing to watch.
He really is. I mean, he's quick, and he's more chill than me, which is unbelievable. But I want more. And my ex and I talked about 3 or 4. Divorce got in the way, but we got 1. He's fantastic. But I hope you have more. I hope you have as many as you want. Is there a number in mind that you guys talked about?
Yeah, our agreements, which feels good for both of us, is we'll try for 1 more. And then if we feel like somebody's still missing from our family, we'll try for 1 more after that.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. And your husband's okay with that?
Oh, yeah, totally. He'd have 10 kids. He loves them. And he's just the most gentle, sweet, patient guy with the kids. And yeah,
Good,
what else
good.
he'd have 100
That's
kids.
fantastic.
Good. Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad. And I love the family stuff.